Hi Owen, thanks for joining us. First of all, let's talk about the game just last night against Arbroath. I don't think it will go down as a classic, but from your point of view, you must be pleased to get another clean sheet, back-to-back clean sheets.
Definitely, I think as a team, the first thing you'd want as a unit, collectively, is a clean sheet, and when we got that. But looking at the game back, like you say, it wouldn't be a classic purely because of the condition of the field. I think that probably levelled the game out, purely because you couldn't string a couple of passes together because of the bounce of the ball, and you had to react really to that bounce, and whether that bounce was bouncing kindly for you or not. So it was one of them games where nothing was pretty, but most important thing, we stick together. Our shape was good, our distances were good, we worked very hard throughout the game, and got the clean sheet.
And it's been a decent week so far, 4 points from the two games, obviously a cracking win against Dundee United on Saturday. It'd be nice to follow up with another 3 points on Saturday against Queen of the South.
Yeah, definitely. Well, that's the aim. Obviously Queen's did a decent side, but what we've seen in this league, that anyone can beat anyone. So we've got to approach this game in the right manner, and if we do that, then hopefully it'll be another positive weekend for us. But obviously we've got to do that, we've got to make sure we look after ourselves. We've had a couple of games thick and fast, so most important thing now is that we prepare right and that we get the job done on Saturday.
As you mentioned, it's a very strange league at times. It's unpredictable. A couple of weeks ago we were looking over our shoulders, and it looks like we're looking forwards and looking towards the playoffs. That can change very quickly, but if you can put together a string of results, 3-4 wins or whatever, then you're in the right place in the table.
Definitely. I think football, we all know how football is, and no matter who you are, you're gonna hit a good form and you're gonna hit a bad form in a season. Every team's gonna do that, and it's about when you hit that form is probably gonna dictate your season. So hopefully we can continue now. But there's a long way to go. There's there's a lot of work to be done here. So the most important thing, we go from game to game, because there won't be one game bigger than the other. And obviously our focus is mainly now purely is on Saturday.
From your personal point of view, how have you found the first month and a half or 2 months at Dunfermline? I know it was a big extended period without a game, which wasn't ideal, but do you feel that you're settling in and it looks like the defence is becoming more of a unit? I guess that was the aim at the start.
Yes, definitely. Anytime you join in to a new team, to a new dressing room, it's always difficult, I suppose, fitting in, because obviously the squad is kind of settled when you walk in. But thankfully to all the guys here, they've welcomed me in, arms wide open. So I'm delighted to be here. I'm very grateful to be here. But yeah, so I'm very much enjoying my time here.
And evidence with the last two games that we've kept 2 clean sheets. It seems to be that we do have a sort of settled backline. Aaron's obviously picked up an injury, but Lewis came in last night and slotted in perfectly, and it just seems to be the basis of positive results is to not concede any goals.
Yeah, I mean, you're right, it is nice knowing and getting to know who you're playing with, but the most important thing as a team is, no matter who plays, that everyone knows their job. Whether you play 1 week or whether you play the following week or whatever, it's knowing what your job is and knowing what your role is here at the club. And that's been the case. If one's missing, then another one comes in and does as good or does better, or whatever it is. But what I'm trying to say is, whoever plays, we get the job done, and it's not an unsettled team in that sense, because it can happen when someone's missing. It can disturb the team, but no, it hasn't done that at all.
And finally, you'll come in here, and I know you've played at East End Park before, but there's a real craving to be back in the top flight here at Dunfermline, and you can feel that from the fans as well, and getting into the playoffs is obviously very important. Dundee United are running away with that a bit, but you know, to get into that playoffs would mean so much to the fans, and to get back in the Premiership would also mean a lot. Is that a driving force behind the squad as well, not just yourself?
Oh, believe me, if it's and I sense that in the fans, but if you were to know what's going on in the dressing room, then you would get that feeling as well. There's no two ways about that. The boys are doing everything we possibly can to put ourselves in the best possible position possible. This team needs to be in the SPL. There's no two ways about that. This is a massive team, massive club. It should be there, so we'll do everything we can to get there. So yeah, it's going to be a tough end of the season, but we're all in it together, collectively, whether being in the dressing room or whatever your role here at the club. So we'll all, you know, we're all buying into it together, and hopefully we'll get the job done.